Hello Trailboxers out there, it's a brand new week, so you guys know what that means. A new week with lots of adventures to be had, and I'm going to be taking you guys along on the adventures that I get up to this week. It's Monday and I've got this week off as well. I've got 2 weeks off. I go back to work this Saturday evening, so it's my last 3 days of freedom before I go back. I'm actually quite excited to get back to work and see the gang, and I'm sure when I get back it'll be like I've never been away. But until then, I am going to enjoy my freedom, and I got up after a little bit of a lie-in, and then I went down and let my dog out into the garden, had some bear cuddles and had some breakfast. I had a cup of tea and some toast, watched a bit of TV, got showered and changed, and then sorted out my Bleater doll out into a new look, and I'm sure you guys a clip of that. Here's my Bleater doll's newest look. She's got these black boots on and some black netting stockings, then this black daisy dress and this yellow cardigan and a black hat, and that is the whole look. Love that dress and cardigan combination. I then listened to a bit of music, just enjoying colouring in, which is working on some illustrations, and then I was just tidying up my office and my dolls and dollhouse. And then my mum and dad got back from being away. They were staying away overnight for their anniversary, which was yesterday, and Bear was very happy to see my mum and dad and was doing zoomies and getting so excited, bless him. And then my older sister arrived and we head off into town to go to Zaza's with my older brother and his girlfriend, and we met them there, and we got to Zaza's and we met my older brother and his girlfriend there as we were running a bit late, as every traffic light we'd come to it was red. It was so crazy. And then we got there and we had our lunch, and I had lots of different bits on lots of different food sections, and I'm sure you guys snapped some of the food I had. Food glorious food, as the song goes. I was stuffed by the end of it and sat and chatted with my older brother and his girlfriend, who are off to Bali Island on Wednesday. I'm so jealous, and they're going to be going on Dave's coaches, like from Gavin and Stacey. Hope they have a lovely time, so I was chatting with them about that. And then on Thursday we're going over to theirs for my older brother's 30th birthday. Can't believe he's going to be 30, biggest kid ever, and so I'm looking forward to that. I've got his present sorted already, just got to wrap that, and I've written the card already. And then I got some stats of some of the lanterns that they have around the place. They've got lots of lanterns and pretty lights, which I love, and I'm sure you guys do. It's so beautiful in there. We then got back and my older sister brought me home and then went off back to hers, and I then ended up having a little bit of a power nap. Definitely needed it. Eating all that food had definitely tired me out. I then listened to a bit more music and just watched some stuff recorded that I just finished watching, and was just tidying up a bit of my office from where I've been working on some illustrations. It got a little bit messy. I was then just watching some vlogs and TikToks and some funny dog and cat videos, and I went for a little stroll once I'd woken up a little bit from my nap and had to pop to the shops, and I got myself a Mil Del to have for my tea, as I didn't want anything too big after eating all that food at Zaza's. So I got myself a Mil Del, and then on the way back from that I got some flower starts from my little stroll, and I'm sure you guys do. I love flower photography so much. I find it so therapeutic. I had a lovely stroll back and listened to some music on my headphones. I was on my way back, enjoying a cooler evening, as it's been quite warm today, and I was going to go for a walk once I got back from being at Zaza's with my older brother and his girlfriend and older sister, but I decided to wait till they cooled down a little bit. I'm glad I did. I then got back, and for my tea I had my Mil Del I got from One Stop. I then had a cup of tea and some biscuits. I just spread a bit more of this gets out. This gave me a much novel about 2 band members from a boy band who fall in love, and it's so good, and I've wanted to read that for ages. I've got a massive pile of books that I'm trying to get through, and so I'm currently reading that. I've now finished one day and I'm slowly getting my way through the massive pile of books that I have. I was then listening to a bit of music and just finishing off some new illustrations and coloring some more of those in, and I'm going to show you guys a clip of one of the illustrations that I've finished. Here's one of my newest illustrations for you guys. She's got this beautiful red sparkly dress and this white top underneath with a collar, and then this choker necklace with this hot like pink sparkly colour on, and then the ends of her hair I've also got dye to match the dress and the necklace. And she's got these maroon coloured lips and sparkly eyeshadows on to match the dress, and it's such a beautiful colour. Unfortunately the pen ran out. That's what you've got to take into account when using gel pens. Sometimes they do run out halfway through finishing it, so I ended up having to cut it up and managed to save this bit of the outfit. I actually quite like it, how it looks, and a little mini illustration drawing instead of having the whole thing. It's quite nice. I love that hot pink on the outfit. It's one of my sparkly gel pens, so it doesn't have sparkles in, which is so cool. I then was listening to a bit of music and had some cereal and was just watching some stuff on Netflix, and I'm now off to go and watch today's Home and Away and UK soaps, and then I'm going to be starting watching the new season of The Summer I Turned Pretty, and hope you guys have all had a lovely start to your week. I shall see you with more of the vlog tomorrow. It's now Tuesday and I got up early ready to go off into town with Tash and Jamie, and I had some toast in the cup for my breakfast and watched a bit of TV and some bear cuddles, and then I headed off to go and get the bus to meet Tash and Jamie in town, and I was going to be getting the bus to one of the bus stops and meeting them, and they were going to be getting on, but they were running late, so I just ended up meeting them in town, and I listened to music was on my way up to get the bus. This morning it had been sunny and then it lashed down with rain, but by the time it got to me going off to get the bus, the sun had come back out and it was lovely and blue skies, which is good. I managed to miss the rain, and the bus was taking forever to arrive, and I got onto the bus and listened to music, and then Tash messaged to say that they were going to be running late, so I ended up meeting them in Bristol instead, and I got into Bristol, and I know my way around Bristol quite well now. I've gone there quite a lot, and my direction skills aren't the best, so I'm quite impressed that I managed to get to certain places on my own and not get lost, thankfully. And I went off to one of the flower shops that I always love to go to before meeting Tash and Jamie, and I got some flower starts in there. They always have such beautiful bouquets of flowers in there with such lovely colours, and it smells so good in there. I was having a lovely chat with the flowers keepers in there, and they're so lovely. And I got some selfies of some of the flowers and plants, and got some plant stands that I'll show you guys. There's like a little jungle in there with all the plants hanging from the windows, and all the pretty plant pots and the succulents and cactuses. I then went next door to one of the cafes that I always love to go to, and I had a chai latte and a bit of carrot cake from there, and sat and had that. Carrot cake has to be one of my favourite cakes to have, apart from Victoria sponge cake obviously. Those two are one of my favourite types of cake, especially carrot cake when it has the little fondant carrots on. That's so good. I then was just reading a magazine that I'd found on one of the tables waiting for Tash and Jamie to arrive. They then arrived and we headed off to have a look at one of the shops in Cabot, and I went off to scribble this shop, just kind of like typo, and got a plushie from there. And then we went off to Typo, and I went off to one of the book shops, and we went into this shop that sells lots of K-pop and things like that in. It's really cool, and it's some Harry Potter stuff, and also a little Barbie section which I enjoyed looking through. And then we went off to Urban Outfitters and to Damage Society, and we got a minute selfie, and I'll show you guys. Jamie then went off to go meet her friend, and me and Tash had a look in TK Maxx, always love having a little look around TK Maxx, and then we went off to get some tea from McDonald's, and I'm going to show you guys the McDonald's that I had. The McDonald's was so delicious. I then got my half a pie put in my bag to have when I got back, as I wasn't very hungry for that. And then we were going to be going off to the cinema, but we saw if there was anything on worth watching, and there wasn't, so we just called it a night. And we then got the bus back, and Tash got off a few stops for me, so I thanked her for a lovely day, and then she headed off, and I got back, and I am going to show you guys a clip of some of the things that I got whilst out. Here's a few things I got today whilst out with Tash and Jamie in town. Starting off with this vinyl here, I got Evanescence Fallen album, which is such a good album. It's one of my first albums I listened to of Evanescence, and it's got such great songs like Going Under, Bring Me to Life, My Immortal, and many more. And I'm looking forward to opening this and listening to this on my vinyl player. I'm trying to get back into listening to more of my vinyls, as I haven't been using it as much, so I'm trying to use that more. I then got this Jellycat little bouquet of flowers, and it's so detailed. Look at all the flowers with all the lovely colours and patterns, and the leaves, and the little smiley face, and a little bit of paper wrapped up. It's so adorable. I've wanted one of these for ages, and I found it, and I had to get that. And then the last thing I got was this Barbie signature look doll. She's got some purple boots and a purple top and skirt, and she's got ginger hair, and she's got such a pretty face. And I haven't had a Barbie's looks doll before, so I now have one in my collection. I can't wait to listen to that Evanescence vinyl. I've got that ready to listen to tomorrow, and I've put my doll on display over there, and my plushie is on my desk, and it looks so cute, but I've put it on my desk. And then I had a cup of tea and some biscuits, and just read some more of If This Gets Out, which is such a good book. I'm really enjoying that. I didn't finish writing my journal and put that away. There's a bit of music, and I've just been doing some illustrations and coloring some days in, and I'm now off to go and watch Days Home and Away and UK Soaps. I shall see you with more to vlog tomorrow. It's now Wednesday, and I got up early as the dog was barking, wanting to be let out to go to the loo, so I got up and let him outside. I then had some cereal for my breakfast, watched a bit of TV and listened to a bit of music. I was just catching up on new Neighbours episodes. I then played with Bear out in the garden for a little bit to tire him out as he was doing zoomies and had a lot of energy. And then he settled down and was sleeping. And then my mum got up and my dad was fishing, which he does on Wednesdays. So Bear was a little bit restless, as he always pines after Dad a little bit when Dad was fishing. I then was listening to a bit of music, worked on some illustrations and cutting some of those in, tidied up my office and my dolls at doll house, and then I got myself ready to go off for a little walk and was enjoying the sunshine and blue skies. And then it got a little bit dark and started to rain a little bit, but it was that light rain which wasn't too bad, and it was actually quite refreshing, and it helped cool it down a little bit as it's been so warm at the moment. And I love that earthy smell that the rain leaves when it's rained. It's such a beautiful smell. And then I got up to the high street and went into the flower shop. I got some flower tops on there. They've got such beautiful bouquets of flowers in there with such lovely colours on the flowers, especially those sunflowers. I love sunflowers. Sunflowers, roses and dahlias are some of my favourite flowers to get snaps of. I was then having a lovely chat with the flower shopkeeper in there. I then got some plants out for the plant session. Those leaves are so beautiful with the pretty patterns and colours on, and the succulents and cactuses as well. I then got a mirror selfie from the mirror they have in there, surrounded by all these flowers. I love a mirror selfie. Then after that, I went off and had a look inside the charge shops, bumped to one of my family friends, so I was having a chat with them. I then went off into one of the book shops. I love the smell of old books so much. I was having a good look around there. I then went off into Aldi and was having a look at the Best Buy section in Aldi. And then I headed off to meet my mum, my grandma and my older sister at a Muzzy for some lunch. And I got there and my older sister and my grandma were already there, so I joined them. And then just as I was walking down to go into there, my mum was just parking up, so we all got there around the same time. We then had some lunch from there and I had a bit of lasagna. I'm like Garfield, I love a lasagna. It was so delicious. I then had to pop to the loo and I got a mirror selfie from there afterwards. I'm going to show you guys that. The wallpaper in there is so beautiful, and the sinks in there as well, you've got such beautiful patterns on. I would love to have something like that in mine and Tash's place when we move in together. Can't believe we're planning on moving together. Very excited to get that in motion. And then I say goodbye to my mum and my grandma and older sister and find for a lovely meal out. And then I headed off to have a look around some more of the charge shops, and I went off to one of the other restaurants. I ended up getting a drink from there, and I got a mirror selfie from there. They've got this beautiful mirror wall, and I'm going to show you guys. I love that mirror wall, it's so pretty. I then went off and had a look in the little art gallery at the top of the house that just opened. One of my family friends does her art and sells it, and she's so talented, and I was admiring all of the beautiful paintings. I wish I could paint like that. And then I popped to Costa Coffee and I ended up getting a frappe from there. I sat in there and was just listening to some music on my headphones, just chilling in there for a little bit. And then I got a mirror selfie from there, and I love the wallpaper in there as well with all these leaves. After that, I then went off into the Co-op and I got some drinks from there. I got myself some lemon Fanta, which I bloody love. I love a bit of lemon Fanta. I then made my way home and I was listening to music on my headphones and just admiring the sunshine and blue skies as the blue skies had come out. And I then had to go off for a doctor's appointment and went to that, and then I got back and I was just watching some stuff on record, listened to a bit of music and doing some drawing and colouring in and just tidying up my office a little bit, and played with Bear out in the garden. And then my dad got back from being at fishing and he had a really nice time fishing. He goes on Wednesdays. I was then just watching some vlogs and TikToks and some funny dog and cat videos, and then I got my work rota for next week, so Sunday onwards, and I've got 3 shifts. I normally get 3 or 4 shifts as I'm part-time, so I'm working Sunday daytime, off Monday, Tuesday, back on Wednesday night, off Thursday, Friday, and then back in Saturday night. And they're nice and evened out, so they've got 2 days off a shift, 2 days off a shift, so it's a nice block of shifts. And so I've written those down in my journal. I was then writing a little bit in my journal, and then I had a cup of tea and some biscuits and was reading some more of If This Gets Out, which is such a great book. I'm really enjoying that, getting through it quite quickly. And I had my tea and I had some bacon butties. Butties were so delicious, smothered in ketchup. I love smoky bacon so much. I was then just watching some one fan vids and listening to a bit of music, doing some drawing, colouring in, and finished writing my journal for today and put that away. And then my older brother and his girlfriend popped over on the way to rugby training, and they'd been to Barry Island where they're from, Gavin and Stacey, and they had such a great day from all the photos they were posting in our family group chat. And they got me a little gift from Barry Island, and I'll show you guys a clip of that. So my older brother and his girlfriend went off to Barry Island today, and they brought me back this tea towel that says "There's the effing salad." I love this so much. I think I should just keep it here on the hallway wall. It's so good. I love that tea towel so much. One of the best tea towels ever. I went out to the car and they got me to close my eyes and put my hand out, and I just love it so much. I love Gavin and Stacey. I need to go to Barry Island someday, maybe go with Tash. And then I finished writing my journal entry for today. I put that away, and then I had some cereal and just listened to a bit more of my Evanescence vinyl. And I'm now off to go and watch today's Honeyway and UK Soaps. And tomorrow it's my older brother's 30th birthday. Can't believe he's going to be 30. And I've got his birthday post ready and his presents and card all sorted out. And we're going over to theirs tomorrow afternoon for a party tea and some games. And it'll be lovely having a great time with everybody. And can't wait for that. And I shall see you with more to vlog tomorrow. It's now Thursday and I got up early to post onto my Facebook and Instagram my older brother's 30th birthday post. Had to get a few embarrassing pictures in there, but also some ones of us as kids. So I was going through reminiscing and looking back at some of them, and I was thinking how we need to recreate some of them, like I see on TikTok and Instagram of people recreating childhood photos. I really think we should do that, and I want to show you guys two of my favourites. It was so cute. What happened? I then had some toast and a cup of tea for my breakfast, just a bit of music and just watched some TV, had some bear cuddles with Bear, and then I was playing with him out in the garden with his cuddly toy. He's got a new toy which he's loving and was doing zoomies in the garden, bless him. I then got myself ready to go off to the garden centre, my happy place, and I was going off to Armand's Garden Centre, which is a bit further out. I can walk to Dobby's, but this one I need to get the bus to get to the garden centre, as it's a little bit further away. So I got myself ready to go off and get the bus, and on my way up to get the bus I listened to music and I got the bus from just at the top of the road. I then got to the bus stop and didn't have long to wait until the bus arrived. I then got on the bus and got to the garden centre, and to get to this garden centre you have to cross over the main road. Luckily there's a zebra crossing and I managed to get over quite swiftly. Normally there's lots of cars going past and I have to wait for ages, so I managed to get down and across to the garden centre, and I go on the edge where there's literally three roads, one going that way, one going that way, and one going that way. So I literally looked at both lanes and made sure that I could see nice and clearly, and I always cross over at this edge of the road because I could see every point of each road, and when it was nice and clear I then crossed over, got into the garden centre, and I was having a look around at all the home and stationery stuff and all the little sweets and plushes and things like that, and all knickknacks that they have in the garden centre, which I love, and I was quite good. I didn't get anything, and I then got some samples and for some of the autumn and Halloween little setups they had, which is so cute. I then went off and had a look around the plant section, which is huge, and I got some plant stats from there. Those glass bowls with the plants in are so pretty, and all the socks with the cactuses and the pretty patterned leaves. Just love looking around there. I then headed out into the outside little flower section and I got some flower starts from there. I love flower and plant photography so much. I was having a lovely look around there. I then went off to have a look at the Halloween and autumnal decor, and I got a snap of this little basket with some woolly knitted pumpkins. They're so cute, and I was having a lovely look on there, and I would want all of it, but I was being very restrained. There was this pumpkin mug that I really wanted to get, but I've got enough mugs as it is, so I didn't need any more. I then bumped into one of my mates who works at the garden centre. I was having a lovely chat with him, and then I got some more flower photography. I then got myself a drink from the little drinks fridge and made my way back to get the bus home. I then got to the bus stop and waited for what felt like forever to get the bus back, and it started getting quite gloomy and dark, whereas it had been really sunny with blue skies, and I was thinking, oh my god, I'm going to get soaked. Hopefully the heavens don't open. Luckily it didn't. The bus arrived. I then got the bus back and I got some lunch from One Stop and got some bits for my younger sister, and got back and I had my lunch. I had some bacon chicken Caesar wraps, which are mwah, with some orange Doritos, which are my favourite types of Doritos. Listened to a bit of music and just a drawing coming in. Had it in my office on my Dolls and Dollhouse, and then I had a bit of my cherry cola that I got from One Stop. I love cherry cola so much. I was then watching some vlogs and TikToks and some funny dog and cat videos, and I started watching the third season of The Summer I Turned Pretty, and I am strongly Team Conrad. And my mum and dad have gone to take my grandma to a doctor's appointment that she's got this afternoon, and I'm going to be getting picked up by my older sister to get off to my older brother and girlfriend's house for my older brother's party tea for his birthday, and we're going to be going there, and then my mum and dad and grandma are going to be meeting there a little bit later on, same as my younger brother and his girlfriend, and I can't wait for that. And I'm now going to be watching some more episodes of The Summer I Turned Pretty and just chilling before my older sister comes to pick me up to go off to my older brother and his girlfriend's house for his birthday party tea. Just see a little bit more of the vlog later on. It's later on in the evening now, and I'm back from being at Luke and Zoe's for Luke's 30th birthday celebrations, and me and my older sister got there, and we then were just chilling out for a little bit, and my hair has been thinning for quite a while now and I just hated it, and so I decided to take the plunge, and I have now got no hair. It feels so good, so liberating, not having to worry about it anymore, and just walking it. I've got this beard to fall back on, thankfully, and yeah, I feel good. It's a bit weird. It's going to take a little bit of a while to get used to. I keep looking in the mirror and like, oh my god, where's it gone? But yeah, it was about time, and I couldn't hang on to it anymore. It's just part of life, unfortunately. You just got to, sometimes just got to shave it all off and be done with it. And my mum and dad got to Luke and Zoe's after taking my grandma to her doctor's appointment, and they were on board. They really like it. My younger brother and his girlfriend arrived, and my younger brother's girlfriend was really happy and said how great it looked, which is a really nice confidence boost, because I was a little bit anxious what people would say or think. And then we gave my older brother his birthday cards and presents, and I got him this golf bag pen pot to put on his desk for work. I also got him some golf socks for him to wear when playing golf. He's off to play golf this Saturday with my dad and my younger brother, so that's the perfect timing for him to wear those then. And then we had a party tea for my older brother's birthday, and Zoe had done such a great spread with lots of delicious food. She did this pasta thing which was mwah, and I'm going to show you guys some snaps I got from my brother's birthday celebrations. The decorations were so cute with all the banners and the balloons, and the cake that my grandma had ordered was so delicious. It was fruit cake, which is my older brother's favourite cake. I then FaceTimed Tash to show her the new look, and she thought that it was a filter. She thought I had a bold filter on. I was like, nope, it's Will. And then my mum and dad headed home and they brought grandma back to hers, and then me, my older brother and his girlfriend, my older sister and younger brother and his girlfriend were playing some games. We played some card games, we played golf and Jafid, and then we did a quiz which is all about my older brother for his birthday, and that was so much fun. And then we were just chilling, and my older brother decided to put on a load of my old YouTube videos, which is so cringe, and was also watching some of my old videos that I did on one of my old YouTube channels with my mates for a long time ago, and I was actually like this the whole time. I can definitely say I've come a long way since then. And then me and my older sister headed back, and on the way back we were listening to songs like Christina Aguilera, Liberty X, Madonna, Lily Allen, Kate Nash, a whole variety of musicians having a good sing-song. And then I got back and I've been invited to my family friends after party of their wedding tomorrow, so I've got to try find something smart to wear for that tomorrow night. And I showed my younger sister the new look and she didn't register at first, and then her eyes went wide and she said how she wouldn't have noticed I hadn't said anything, which is nice. I don't really feel any different, to be honest, and it's going to take a bit of getting used to, but sometimes I forget that it's not there anymore. And yeah, I feel a lot more confident now. I didn't have to worry about it and stress about it, which is quite nice and quite freeing. And I'm now off to go and finish writing my journal entry for today, and then I'm going to be watching today's Home and Away and UK soaps, and then tomorrow I'm off to have a coffee catch up at Coffee One with one of my mates, and I'm looking forward to catch up with them and to see more vlog tomorrow. It's now Friday, almost the weekend, and it's my last full day of freedom before I go back to work tomorrow evening. I'm doing a 5 till 10. I'm actually quite excited to get back to work and meet one of my new colleagues that's just started, and we've got a new till, so I'm going to have to get a new till login, so I've got to sort that out tomorrow night, and it should be good to be back. And I got up early this morning to go off and meet one of my mates for a coffee catch up at Coffee One, and had a pan of chocolate for my breakfast and a cup of tea, and I had the last one of the pack that I got from One Stop. They're so good. Had some bear cuddles and then headed off to meet up with Joel for Coffee One for a coffee catch up. And whilst on my way up to meet him, I was listening to music on my headphones, enjoying the lovely sunshine and blue skies, and was able to get some flower slaps just before meeting him, and I'll show you guys those. I had a lovely stroll up to meet Joel in Coffee One and was able to get some really pretty flower sets with such beautiful colours on, and those purple ones with the white splodges on are so pretty. I then met Joel in Coffee One and I got a bit of Victoria sponge cake and a caramel frappe from there, and I'll show you guys that. A bit of Victoria sponge cake and the caramel frappe was so good, and I was having a lovely catch up with Joel. I then surprised him by taking off my cap to reveal my bald head, which he was like, "Oh my god, you look so good," and it's lovely. I've had so many people give me compliments, say how much younger it makes me look and how good looking it makes me look, which is a really big confidence boost considering how I was fretting about it for so long. And I'm just so glad that I whipped the band-aid off and finally got it done, because I was bloody miserable, always fretting about it, and it just made me feel so shit. And I feel so much better looking and more confident now, which I'm loving. I don't have to worry about bedhead or having to shower it or like stressing about it looking shit, because now I don't have to worry about it at all. And I was so glad that I don't have to worry about any of that anymore. And it's gonna take a bit of getting used to. I keep catching myself in the mirror and thinking, oh my god, where's it gone? And yeah, I'm just so thankful that it's now gone. I don't have to worry about any of that, because it was going anyway. There was literally like barely anything left, and yeah, it feels so good now that that's gone. And then I thanked Joel for a lovely catch up, gave him a hug, and he went off to work. I went off to have a look into the charge shops in search for a smart shirt to wear for this wedding after party that I was going to this evening, and I got a nice blue shirt from one of the charge shops. And I was looking everywhere in all of the charge shops, and we have a lot of charge shops where I live, and I couldn't find any, and they all got really old-fashioned kind of looking shirts. And I finally found this blue shirt, and it was definitely a bit of me. And then I went off to the card factory and I got a card for the happy couple, and went off to Aldi to get myself some lunch from there, and I got these chicken fajita wraps, which are so delicious. And then after that I went off to go to One Stop in search of this deodorant that my older brother had lent me yesterday evening after having my shave. I had a shower at theirs, and it was so good. but it was all out of stock, unfortunately. Boo! So instead I've got this Dove one, which is like 24-hour lasting, which is good, which is what I need. And I then made my way back and I was listening to music on my headphones, enjoying the sunshine and blue skies, and the weather has been really, really nice considering how it's supposed to rain, and it rained quite a lot last night, and so I was very lucky not to get soaked by the rain, and I was able to get some flower starts as I was on my walk back. Days I was able to get snaps off whilst on my way back are so beautiful. That purple one and those yellow ones with the white splodges on are probably my favourite type of dahlias. They're so stunning. I then got home and I had my lunch. I had those fajita wraps I got from the meal deal section from Aldi, which was so delicious. And I had a cup of tea and some biscuits. I was reading some more of If This Gets Out, listening to a bit of music and just doing some drawing, colouring in, and tidied up my office and Dolls and Dollhouse a little bit. And then my mum got back from being at my grandma's and they'd taken her for a doctor's appointment, and we had a guy coming in to look at the electricals. So we had no Wi-Fi, luckily I had the 5G. The Wi-Fi's now back on and he's now had it off. I was then having some bear cuddles and playing with Bear out in the garden, and then I tried on my shirt and black jeans ready for the wedding this evening to see how it looks, and I'll show you guys a clip of the fit. This is my outfit for tonight for the wedding after party. I've got my black jeans, I'll have my belt on that, and then this blue shirt I got from one of the child shops. It's such a lovely blue colour, really love the colour blue. That shirt looks so good, such a lovely blue colour, and the shirt and jeans look really nice and smart. I'm very excited for this evening, and I'm going to be having a shave before tonight, and I'm now off to go and write some more of my journal, work on some illustrations and colour some of those in, and then I'm going to be continuing watching more episodes of The Summer I Turned Pretty, which is so good. I'm Team Conrad all the way, and I've also started watching the second season of My Life with the Walter Boys, which is a similar show to Summer I Turned Pretty, which I love. I love that kind of stuff, and I'm just going to be chilling before tonight. I'll just see you with more of the vlog when I'm back this evening. It's later on in the evening now, and I'm back from being at my family friend's wedding after party. I got picked up by my older brother and his girlfriend and our family friend who were dropping down and dropping back, and then we went down and picked my older sister up, and we got to the wedding after party, and it was lovely seeing everybody celebrating, dancing, being very merry. There was a band playing, there was a bar, there was a massive party like food spread, there was a little pick and mix section with lots of sweets. Everyone was having such a lovely evening, and I was getting lots of compliments about my shaved head, and showed my older brother's girlfriend a photo that I got while in Costa Coffee from the mirror with the planet wallpaper behind it. I've actually put it as my Facebook profile photo and on all my other social medias because it's such a great snap. Probably one of my favourite mirror selfies I've got ever. I just look so happy in it. I took a mirror selfie like that early on in the week, but when I had the remnants of hair, like the tiny bit of hair I had left, and I just looked miserable, and the photo I've taken from after, I just look so much more happier and just more free, and it's really liberating, and I just love it. And I then was just going around chatting with lots of people who I hadn't seen in ages, had a lot of food, and just had some Coca-Cola and some J2Os, as I didn't really want to be drinking too much. And I got some snaps that I'm going to show you guys from the evening. I had so much fun singing and dancing, and the band was playing lots of songs like Queen and a bit of Red Hot Chili Peppers, and it was just so much fun. And someone put this little paper flower, just like newspaper rose, in my shirt pocket whilst I was dancing, and they had lots of lanterns like hanging above, and it was just so beautiful. And then I got a snap of these beautiful yellow flowers, and I'm going to show you guys those. These yellow and red flowers are so pretty. And then towards the end of the evening we got some photos in front of those hanging lanterns, and I'm going to show you guys those. So cute. I then got dropped back by my older brother and his girlfriend, as my older brother and girlfriend were heading off, and my older sister is still there right now. She stayed on my bed, was calling me, and I then got dropped back, and my older brother and his girlfriend have now gone home, and I am now in my PJs about to finish writing my journal entry for today. And then I've got myself some cereal, and I'm going to be having that whilst catching up on today's Home and Away and UK soaps, and shall see more of the vlog tomorrow. It's now Saturday, and I hope you guys are all enjoying your weekend so far. I got up, showered and changed, and after being showered I got a mirror selfie, and I'll show you guys that. I love the confidence boost I've got now having my head shaved, and I'm feeling a lot more confidence in my appearance and in myself. I then had some toast and a cup of tea for breakfast, just had some buttered toast. Does anyone else go through a phase where you just absolutely love buttered toast and can't get enough of it? Because I'm going through that stage right now. Had that and had some bear cuddles, listened to a bit of music and just watched a bit of TV, just enjoying colouring in, and was watching some vlogs and TikToks and funny dog and cat videos. And it's my last couple of hours of freedom before I go back to work this evening. I'm doing a 5 till close, got my uniform ready for that. I'm excited to get back, but also a little bit nervous because I've been off for 2 weeks, but I'm sure once I get back I'll be like I've never been away. I then had my lunch, and I had a pot noodle. I love pot noodles so much. And I also had a Belgian bun and a cup of tea, and I'm sure you guys. The Belgian bun was so delicious, probably one of my favourite desserts, and I always have the cherry last, it's my favourite bit. And had a cup of tea in one of my favourite mugs I got from Tiger, the ones with cactuses on, which is so cute. I then got myself ready to go off for a little stroll, and I headed off and was listening to music on my headphones, and it was overcast, which is my favourite type of weather, but it's not too hot, not too cold, just bang in the middle, which is perfect for me. And I got some selfies in front of some of these autumnal leaves that started to appear, and it's getting me so excited for autumn. And got some flower snaps, and I'm sure you guys those. I was able to get some really beautiful flower snaps with such lovely colours and patterns on. Flower photography just makes me so happy. I then got back and I was listening to some music and just laid on my bed scrolling through my phone and just chilling for a little bit. And then Jenny posted in our games group chat that she was doing a little bake sale at hers and had some boxes of cakes to sell. So I then headed down to Jen's to get myself one of these boxes with some cakes in, and it started to rain, so I had my raincoat on, and I got to Jen's and got the box of cakes, and I'm sure you're gonna cake goodness, they look so delicious. Can't wait to have that old school cake, which is one of my favourites. And then I stayed there for a little bit and had some cheese and crackers and a cup of tea, and I could catch up with Jen, and it was lovely to see her. And then I popped round the corner to my grandma's and had a nice catch up with my grandma. And as my grandma's currently in the middle of moving house, she'd got loads of bags with lots of photo albums in, and lots of folders with lots of little like boxes and stuff of like photos and stuff that we were going through. And I was having a lovely trip down memory lane, taking loads of photos of me and my siblings and my cousins from when we were tiny, which is so cute, and also snaps of my mum and dad on their wedding day. And I posted a load of photos of those into our family group chat for my cousins and my siblings to see. And then my mum came and picked me up, and just before my mum picked me up, I had a cup of tea and a bit of cake, well, at my grandma's. Lots of cake today. I love a bit of cake. I mean, it's my last bit of my holiday before I go back to work, so going to enjoy it while I can. And then we got back and I showed my mum and dad some of the photos that I'd taken photos of, and then I was listening to a bit of music, just enjoying coming in. I've just written a bit of my journal entry for today, and I'm now going off to watch some more episodes of My Life with the Water Boys, and we'll see you when I'm back from work this evening. It's later on in the evening now, and I'm back from being at my first shift back to work after being on holiday. I was a bit nervous as I'd been off for 2 weeks, so always get a little bit anxious when coming back to work after being off on holiday, or even just being away for a few days. It's always a bit nerve-wracking, but I got back in, got clocked in and put my bag away and got my drink I'd got to have whilst at work out and had some of that, and it was like I'd never been away. And I was chatting with my colleagues, telling them all how my holiday had been, and they all complimented me on my shaved head. And then I was just getting some of the cleaning and clothes jobs done that I could get done early, and saw and touched some of the regulars, and it was steady. Wasn't too busy but wasn't too quiet, which is good. And the weather was so crazy. It would be raining one minute, then it'd be light, then it'd be raining again, and it was like someone was turning a shower on and off. And it was me and one of the colleagues to start with, and then another one of our colleagues came in a bit later on in the evening, and I then was just running lots of food and drinks, doing lots of food and drink orders and drinks making, and we got new tills, so I had to create a new till code which was 6 digits, so I sorted that out. And then I was just cleaning lots of tables and doing some more of the clothes jobs that could be done, and then I finished about 8ish as it had quieted down, and due to rain we weren't likely to get any more customers in. I then clocked off and got my bag and came, and then I headed off to get picked up, and luckily the rain had started by the time I'd got out to get picked up. I then got back and I got into my PJs, and for my tea I had some mac and cheese, and I'll show you guys that. The mac and cheese was so good, nice and cheesy, just how I like it. I was then watching a bit of Miss Bounce Boys with my mum and dad. Such a great show, it's so funny. I didn't finish writing my journal entry for today, put that away, and then I was watching some vlogs and TikToks and some funny dog and cat videos, and I called up Tash and was chatting with her and Jamie, and we were just having a good catch up, and we were talking about when we're going to be planning to move in together, and about seeing Lady Gaga in October, which is all paid for, and I'm so excited. Can't believe I'm seeing Lady Gaga in October with Jamie and Tash. It's going to be so much fun. And then after that I had a cup of tea and some biscuits and was reading some more of If This Gets Out, which is such a great book. And I'm now off to go and watch some more episodes of My Life with the Water Boys, which I'm obsessed with. It's so good. I've got my uniform ready for it tomorrow. It's me and 2 other colleagues on shift, and one of them is our new supervisor, who I haven't met yet, and I'm opening with them tomorrow. So very excited to get to meet them and work with them. And I hope you guys all have had a lovely weekend so far. I shall see you with more of the vlog tomorrow. It's now Sunday, and I hope you guys all having a lovely Sunday rest. I had to get up early, ready for work, as I was doing a 9 till 3, so I was doing an open. So I got up and I got some breakfast. I had some toast and a cup of tea, had some bear cuddles, watched a bit of TV, and was listening to my Sunday morning playlist whilst getting myself ready for work. I then got dropped to work. I got myself a drink from the corner shop. I then got into work and helped open up the cafe, and it was just me and one other colleague on shift to start with, and it was my new supervisor who I hadn't met before. So I introduced myself, and we were just getting to know each other whilst it was quiet before it got busy. And then it got quite busy, so I was running lots of food and drinks, doing lots of food and drink orders and drinks making, and cleaning tables, and we had people sitting inside as well as outside. It then started to rain, so quite a lot of people ended up coming inside, and then we had a singer coming in and performing in the later part of the afternoon, and it calmed down a little bit, and so I was just doing a massive clean up. I then finished at 3 and I clocked off, got changed to the t-shirt I'm in right now, and then I got my bag and headed off and went off to one of the cafes in the high street, and I got a peach iced tea from there. I then got some selfies whilst on my walk back in front of some of the autumnal leaves that have started to appear, getting me so excited for autumn. and also listen to music on my headphones whilst on my way back. And I then got some flash snaps I'll show you guys. That purple flower with the white splodges on is so stunning, and that yellow one and the red one as well. I then got back and I put my work clothes in the wash, and I'm now off for 2 days, so I'm planning to go to Dobbies tomorrow, hoping that the weather's not too bad. Fingers crossed. It's been a bit of a mixture today. We had rain, then we had wind, and now it's nice and sunny, so hopefully I'll be able to get out there and back with some nice weather. It's supposed to be sunny with light showers, so hopefully it doesn't rain too much. I'll take my bag and coat just in case I need it. And then I had a pop noodle for my lunch and watched a bit of TV, and my dad had taken Bear off for a walk. They then got back, and then my mum went off and picked my grandma up to come over for tea, and my mum then got the roast ready and it smelled so good. I then just watched some vlogs and TikToks and some dog and cat videos and wrote a little bit of my journal entry for today. I was then just working on some illustrations and colouring some days in and just tidying up my office and dolls and dollhouse, and then we had our Sunday roast, and I'll show you guys that. The Sunday roast was so delicious. I had a massive chicken leg and I loved the chicken legs. I then helped tidy away, and then for my pudding I had one of the cakes that Jen had made in a little package that she did, raising money for charity, and I had a bit of old school cake, which is probably one of my favourites, and she is so good at making cakes. They are so good. I had that with a cup of tea. It was so delicious. I love old school cake so much. We then watched a little bit of Antiques Roadshow, and then my grandma got dropped home, and I'm now off to go and finish writing the rest of my journal entry for today, and then I'm going to be watching some more episodes of My Life with the Walter Boys and also of The Summer I Turned Pretty. I love those shows so much, and I hope you guys have all had a lovely week and weekend, and all have a great new week ahead. Please like, comment, subscribe, and I shall see you in a new vlog coming very soon.